Let's do it. Here we go. Welcome to the Better Black Live podcast. Uh, Hold on, we got a lot in store. Don't go away. All right, we're back in the house. How's everybody? I hope everything worked out this weekend. I hope everything worked out. I hope everything was the way you wanted it to be, and it turned out the way you wanted it to be. I'm here in studio by myself today, but that's okay. I'm not gonna short you on what we got coming up for you. So let's get right to business because we're running kind of late here. Uh, let's look at what we got coming up. We got news, the hit parade, daily deadly women. I don't think we're gonna do deadly women today. Black History Minute and your money, etc., etc. And we'll have all that for you coming up. So let's get right into the news. Right into the news. Uh, my number one story. My number one story. Let's get into it. The Derek Chauvin verdict, Minneapolis. This story is by CNN. The former Minneapolis police officer who knelt on George Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes last year was found guilty Tuesday of all three charges against him in one of the most consequential trials of the Black Lives Matter era. Derek Chauvin, 45, was convicted of second-degree unintentional murder, wow, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. The jurors deliberated for more than 10 hours over 2 days before coming to their decision. Wearing a mask inside the Hennepin County Courthouse in Minneapolis, Chauvin had no apparent reaction to the guilty verdict. Yeah, he probably knew he was going to have to take one for the team. Afterward, his bail was revoked and he was placed in handcuffs and removed from the court through a side door. He was taken to a facility in Stillwater, Minnesota, about 25 miles east of downtown Minneapolis, officers said. The second-degree murder charge said Chauvin assaulted Floyd with his knee, which unintentionally caused Floyd's death. Okay. The third-degree murder charge said Chauvin acted with a depraved mind, and the manslaughter charge said his culpable negligence caused Floyd's death. Chauvin could face up to 40 years in prison for second-degree murder, up to 25 years for third-degree murder, and up to 10 years for manslaughter. Minnesota sentencing guidelines recommend about 12.5 years in prison for each murder charge and about 4 years for the manslaughter charge. In this case, the state has asked for a tougher sentence than recommendations provide. Chauvin's sentencing is set for 8 weeks from now. The verdict comes about 11 months after a bystander video showed Chauvin impassively kneeling on the neck and back of Mr. Floyd, handcuffed and lying prone on the street for 9 minutes and 29 seconds on May 25th, 2020. Under the officer's knees, the 46-year-old black man gasped for air, repeatedly exclaimed, "I can't breathe," and ultimately went silent. His final moments illustrated in clear visuals what Black Americans have long said about the ways the criminal justice system dehumanizes Black people, setting off mass protests across the country, as well as incidents of looting and unrest. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Over about 3 weeks of testimony in court, Minnesota prosecutors repeatedly told jurors to believe your eyes and rely on that video. This case is exactly what you thought when you saw it at first. When you saw that video, it is exactly that. You can believe your eyes. Prosecuting attorney Steve Schleicher said in closing arguments. This was not policing. This was murder. The defense called 7 witnesses, but not Chauvin himself, as he invoked his Fifth Amendment right not to testify. Defense attorney Eric Nelson argued that Chauvin's use of force was reasonable. Holy smokes. That he was distracted by hostile bystanders. That Floyd died of other causes. Ay, ay, ay. In a first for Minnesota, the trial was broadcast live in its entirety to accommodate COVID-19 attendance restrictions, giving the public a rare look into the heart of the legal system. Tensions have been high throughout the Twin Cities region, and authorities have ramped up security in anticipation of the verdict. The Hennepin County Government Center has been surrounded by fencing barricades since jury selection began in March. More than 3,000 Minnesota National Guard members have also been activated in the Twin Cities, while businesses in Memphis have been boarded up or have boarded up windows. But all guilty verdict rapidly alleviated those fears. Um, the Floyd family, the Reverend Al Sharpton, Attorney Ben Crump, and others, close allies, called on Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act in a post-verdict news conference that was in turns triumphant, joyous, relieved, and solemn. We frame this moment for all of us, not just George Floyd. Crump said, "This is a victory for those who champion humanity over inhumanity, those who champion justice over injustice, those who champion morals over immorality." For Philonise Floyd, George Floyd's brother, who testified about his brother at trial, the verdict was personal. "I feel relieved today that I finally have the opportunity for hopefully getting some sleep." He said, "A lot of days that I prayed and hoped, and I was speaking everything into existence. I said, I have faith that he will be convicted." After the verdict, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke on the phone with the Floyd family and their attorneys, according to video posted by Crump. "Nothing is going to make it all better," Biden told them, "but at least now there's some justice." Biden, addressing the nation later, said, "Nothing can ever bring their brother or their father back, but this can be a giant step forward in the march towards justice in America." The president said, "In order for there to be real change, lawmakers must ensure a tragedy like this cannot happen, and that people of color no longer fear being stopped by the police." Oh boy. Oh boy. I would not call today's verdict justice, however, because justice implies true restoration, but it is accountability, which is the first step toward justice, he said. So we see that Chauvin has been convicted, and they tried to use the same defense that they always try to use, and it's that that the guy was that was just, you know, it was the the level of force, it was just, and it's just until it starts happening to their children. When their children start dying like this, then I think they will understand what we're talking about when we say this is not right. But until they're dying like this at the hands of someone who is in power over them, which they don't have to deal with, I think I think a lot of white people see this, but I'm talking about the ones that actually, like the Fox Newses and the News Maxes and stuff like that, where they say George Floyd, he deserved this, and he was not, he was just not in his right mind. Therefore, it was okay for them to approach him and shoot him and do whatever to him. However, most of us as black people, we've seen this so many times. We know what this train looks like every time it comes down the track. So, but they can say whatever they want to say, but we know better, right? But my thing is two parts to what I'm going to say. Number one, you know, going out and looting and robbing people and creating violence in your own community or anywhere else is not going to get the job done. It's not going to make changes happen. It's gonna That's gonna just further stigmatize us as people. The best thing you can do, the best thing you can do, the best thing you can do is to put yourself in a position to where uh, you can get something out of it, whether your education or something. You can get something out of it. All these people dying for nothing. That doesn't mean anything. Or dying, they're all dying because and you get some shoes out of Foot Locker. I mean, that's stupid, in my opinion. Um, so don't let these people die in vain. Take their deaths as uh, take their deaths as let them be a fire in your stomach to say, I'm gonna get something out of this situation because that can benefit me and benefit I can be a benefit to the community. Because if not, if all you getting out of it is you throwing a rock in some Asian person's store and snatching some shoes or a shirt out of there or a TV, what you telling me George Floyd died for some TVs? So, we got to just think smart about this situation, man. George Floyd shouldn't have had to die so that you could get a TV. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, anyway, you go buy your own TV, right? All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got because we got some other stories we got to get to. And then we got to get to our main topic here. Those of you that's looking at into sports, NFL reacts to Mike Tomlin contract news. The Pittsburgh Steelers officially extended head coach Mike Tomlin on Tuesday, announcing a new contract that will run through the 2024 season. In 14 seasons under Tomlin, the Steelers have never posted a losing record. Pittsburgh went 12-4 last season, though the team did collapse down through the stretch with a 1-4 finish and a wild card playoff loss. Tomlin has endured his share of criticism since Pittsburgh is just 3-6 in the postseason since last reaching the Super Bowl a decade ago. Still, it is tough to cut bait with a coach who has not only has a Super Bowl title to his credit, but also continues to generate consistent regular season success. The overall reaction to Tomlin's new contract has been positive, at least from those around the NFL. Presumably, the 2021 season will be the last time Tomlin will have Ben Roethlisberger as his starting quarterback. How the Steelers go about replacing the future Hall of Fame quarterback will go a long way in determining whether or not Tomlin will be successful beyond this fall. As long as he keeps churning out winning seasons, it won't be a surprise to us to see Tomlin eventually get extended past 2024 campaign. The NFL posts, the NFL world reacts to Mike Tomlin's contract news. All right, there's Mike. There's Mike Tomlin, the coach for the Steelers. If you like the Steelers and you like Mike Tomlin, there it is. He's going to be around till 2024 season. So props to him. You know what I mean? Guy worked hard, made it. Was a young buck, got to the Super Bowl and everything. Him, Ben Roethlisberger, those guys were all young bucks and got there together. Props to them. But, they better put something together or, it's lights out. Anyway, moving on. Got a lot to get to, you guys. All right. The hit parade. Who's on the hit parade? The hit parade. The Me Too hit parade. Jake Paul, guy who just won a prize fight last week. YouTuber, big YouTuber. He's up against the wall again. Jake Paul accused again. Another woman has come forward with sexual misconduct allegations against Jake Paul after TikTok figure Justine Paradise accused the YouTuber of sexual assault earlier this month. Holy smokes. In an interview with the New York Times published Thursday, model and actress, there it is, Rayleigh Lowley said she began working with Paul when she was 17. Holy smokes. You guys got to learn, man. You got to leave these girls alone, man. Anytime they are under 18, leave them alone. And you got to leave them alone when they're over 18. But really, when they're under 18, you shouldn't even talk to them. That's why I don't even buy Girl Scouts cookies anymore. I wouldn't even buy no Girl Scout cookies. I wouldn't even let no. One time I was coming out of the store. I think it was not Ralph's, was it Vaughn's? I was coming out of a Vaughn's. A little girl came up to me, man. I just I turned the other way. I wouldn't even let her approach me. I'm not even gonna let them even get close to me. No, don't even. I would never buy no Girl Scouts cookies no more. That is a dead issue. But just a point, don't ever. You guys got to watch it with these girls under 18. You got to watch them with the grown women. You got to watch. Anyway. She said she worked with Jake Paul when she was 17. Lolly, now 21, said the YouTuber often called her jailbait and commented on her appearance. She also alleged that one evening in late 2017, now we're going back to 2017, Paul groped her after a filming video. Holy smokes. She said she forcefully told him to stop and he ran out of the room. Lolly quit soon after the alleged incident and has not brought charges against Paul. I was with Jake for months and I saw what kind of person he was behind the scenes and what kind of person he put out to the rest of the world, she told Outlet. See, I'm trying to tell you guys, these women can say anything. They can say anything. You grab my ass. I remember when I was in school, you grabbed the girl's ass, she slapped you, and that was it. There was a done deal. That was it. That was the worst it was going to get. Now, holy smokes, they can just ruin your career. They can just dead you, or what do they call it, cancel culture? Representatives for Paul and Lowly did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Her accusations come after Paradise has released a 20-minute long YouTube video on April 9th, alleging Paul forced her to perform oral sex. On him in July of 2019. Whew. I mean, they can just go back as far as they want. They really go to you when you're in kindergarten. She claimed this happened in the bedroom of Paul's house, Team 10 house in California, where he and several other members of the Influencers Collective live and work together. Both Paradise and Paul are 24, so this is a grown woman. Paul has denied those allegations. Sex is very special and important to me, Paradise said in the video. Normally, everybody respects me when I don't want to do sexual things. That's good. He should have too. So you can't push the issue no more. You guys can't push the issue anymore. You know, persistence is stalking today. Anyway, so I thought that I was fine. I thought it was fine when I went into his room. You see how they think? You see how these women think? I thought I was fine when I went into his room. Why would you go? That's like, oh, I got a meat jacket on, but I'm gonna go into the lions. I'm gonna go into the lion's cage. I thought I'd be okay. You stupid. But this is a grown woman. This is a grown woman that did this. Anyway, uh, where we at here? I thought it would be fine to kiss him. Holy smokes. Yeah, I could kiss him. His penis won't get erect. He's 24 years old. He won't get erect because you're kissing him. Because I thought he would stop if I didn't want to do anything else. Sure, that's why he put you in his room because when you kissed him, he was gonna say thanks for the kiss, and we can walk all the way back out downstairs, right? Holy smokes! But unfortunately, guys that's out there, you listening to this, see, you got to take you. No means no. It was not like back in the day. No means no. No means oh, okay, maybe, and you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you finally get there. It's not like that today. Today, no means no. No means no. If a girl tells you no, that's it. Cut bait right there. It's just much safer, and it shows more. It shows more respect to the girl. Anyway, she said when Paul put his hands in places on her body she didn't not want, she moved them away. In response, she said he asked, if nothing's going to happen, what's the point? Of course, the guy's 24 years old. What do you think he pulled you in the room? Go through his Christmas card collection? Um, anyway, he did not consent. He did not ask for consent or anything, she said. That is not okay. On no level is that okay. I hope you guys out there are listening. Don't be pulling these girls into no place unless you got consent from them. Don't be doing that. That is you're gonna be on the hit parade, and I'm gonna say your name right here. Um, she let's see. That on that level, that's okay. Paradise, who is also quoted in the Times story, said in the video that she never got an apology from Paul. Why would she get an apology? Why would he apologize? Why would he apologize? He was under the misconception that you were okay. She told the outlet, in a situation like that, there was nothing I could do. I understand that. I don't blame you. Don't try to do nothing crazy when you got this big 200-pound dude with his penis in your mouth. That is not the time to start fighting back. Um, I was physically restricted, and I felt emotionally restricted afterwards to even say anything about it. Well, what you should have did is you should have went to the proper authorities then. To bring it up 2 years later is that's but that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. A woman can put this kind of stuff in her hip pocket and wait for you to, and they know you're on the track to success. They wait for you to hit it big, and then they show up. There was you guys don't know about. There's an old detective show called Columbo. There's an old show called Columbo, and in one of the episodes, there was a guy who killed somebody. He killed somebody, and they were still working on the case like a year later. And she met with the dude thinking, and the guy was like, she met with the killer because she saw the whole thing go down from her place. So she met with the killer and said, and so the killer thought she was trying to get with him, but she was like, "Nah, I ain't trying to get with you. I saw what went down, and it'd be unfortunate if the police found out that somebody else knows exactly what happened, and they won't be running around in a circle. They'll know exactly what happened because there's somebody out here." She was implicating herself that knows exactly what time, everything, how it went down. So it was. She helped, but she kept that in her pocket because until she figured out who was actually the murderer was. She knew who the murderer was because she knew who was staying up there. She knew all of it. Anyway, moving on. Uh, da, 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 da. Three Friends Paradise said she told about the incident soon after it occurred, corroborated her account. According to the Times, Paradise also said she plans to file charges. Oh, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Paul denied Paradise's allegations in a statement. Don't matter if you can deny them all you want. You're going to have to pay to deny these charges. And in a statement posted on his Twitter, calling them 100% false. His lawyer, Daniel Gardnerwitz, said in a statement to the Times, our client categorically denies the allegation. In a statement to People, Gardnerwitz added that Paul has every intention of aggressively disproving it and pursuing legal action against those responsible for defamation of character. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck on trying to go against the poor little woman that had your penis in her mouth. Good luck, because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. See a lot of you guys are like this guy, man. You full of testosterone, and you think, if a girl acts like she's with the program, but a lot of girls will act like they're with the program just to get you in this position. And then when you're in this position, man, you stuck like Chuck. You done. Who wants to be in a position like that? You don't want to be in a position like that, man. See, that's why I say, don't invite a woman nowhere until you got such good chemistry. I'm a chemistry person. I'm always going to tell you that's the first thing you should have is chemistry. After you have the visual appearance that you like, you got to have chemistry. Because if you don't have chemistry, this kind of stuff happens when you forego the chemistry. You don't have chemistry with a person and you can't see what the kind of person they are. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you because you think you're just a big man. I'm Mr. Big Man. You know, he must have was still on that high when he beat up Nate Robinson. You know what I mean? So it's all bad. It's all bad. How do you defend yourself from this? Even if you're innocent, how do you defend yourself? A woman could, man, every man out here, there's some woman somewhere that could say exact same thing about all of us. How do you defend yourself? You don't. That's why chemistry is so important. But I'm going to get into that maybe later, because I got a lot to get to. So I got to keep moving. All right. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Brother, what are you doing, man? You don't want that one. Let's go back to that. Let me edit something really quickly. All right. That's better. Holy smokes. Okay. Let's go into the Black History Minute. Black History Minute is going to be about Robert Nesta Marley. Robert Nesta Marley, better known as Bob Marley, born on the 6th of February, 1945, passed away on May 11th, 1981, was a Jamaican singer, songwriter, and musician. Considered one of the pioneers of reggae, his musical career was marked by fusing elements of reggae, ska, and rocksteady, as well as distinctive vocal songwriting style. Marley's contributions to music increased the visibility of Jamaican music worldwide and made him a global fixture in popular culture for over a decade. Over the course of his career, Marley became known as a Rastafari icon. He infused his music with a sense of spirituality. He also considered a global symbol of Jamaican music and culture and identity, and was controversial in his outspoken support of the legalization of marijuana, while he also advocated for Pan-Africanism. Anyway, that's a little bit about Bob Marley. I read Bob Marley's autobiography, and that, man, we talk about a good book. That is a good book. I mean, it had so many good, it had so many twists and turns in that book, man. It was, it was a good book. Bob Marley. I remember when a reporter asked him, "Hey, what?" He said, I know why you call you. I know you're Bob Marley, but why you call yourselves the Wailers?" And he thought the reporter thought he was talking about whales out in the ocean, kind of like Bob Marley and the Wailers, like those guys are whalers out in the ocean. And Bob Marley said, no, 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 no. But Bob Marley, he said, we call ourselves the Wailers because we're crying out for justice. We're crying out. We're crying out. We're crying out to the world, the universe. We need justice. You know what I mean? It was a heavy book, man. Heavy book. From him getting shot at by different political people in Jamaica, man. One person wanted him to ride with them, and they shot at him, and the other person wanted him to go with him, and they shot at him. I mean, man, Bob Marley, he went through it, man. And the poor brother, man, he passed away, man, from I think it was cancer, man. He developed cancer in his toe, and poor brother, man, he did a lot, but he was a good brother, man. He was a real good brother. But that's a Black History Minute. You want to know more about Bob Marley, go check it out for yourself. You dig that? So anyway, let's move on to your money, because we got a lot to get to, guys. Okay, your money. We're going to do 7 ways, talk about 7 ways to make money in real estate. The number 1, you can invest in rental properties, right? Rentals can be easier to buy than you think and can deliver ongoing income. Go ahead and look into buying a rental property. But to buy property in real estate, you got to get your stuff together, man. You got to get your credit together. And I know there's people they got many other slick ways of doing it, but I'm just gonna tell you the straight way to do it. Get your credit together, put your little bit of money together, even if you got to get some people to come in with you, and then start looking around. Maybe there's a building you can buy, a duplex, whatever, and then you start with a duplex. Once you get the duplexes down, then you go to the fourplexes. Once you get the fourplexes down, then you go to the eightplex, and so on and so forth. See what I'm saying? Before you know it, you got a little nest egg, and you ain't got to work that job, because that's the point. Your job is just money to stack up so you can start your own business, whether it's in real estate or investing in a tech company or whatever you want to do, or doing this online thing, whatever. It's just you wasn't born to do the job you doing, unless that's coming out of your heart. If you would do that job, even if they wasn't paying you, then you was born to do that. But most of us ain't like that. Most of us just got a job that we was blessed to have, and it pays the bills and puts a little bit of money in our pocket after all of that. So if you want to be your own boss, you want to not go for financial freedom, this is the things that you need to do. So the first thing is invest in rental properties. Try to find a little rental property. If you don't have a lot of money, then I suggest buying what they call fixer-uppers. So fixer-upper, it's gonna need some work, but if you can get in there and you can do a lot of the work yourself, or hire somebody to do a lot of the work, it'll be better for you. Lease options and creative finances, number 2. From lease options to seller-held mortgages and rent-to-own, there are many creative ways to get started with no money down and no credit. I'm going to tell you that my advice is to get your credit together and put you some money together. That puts you in a whole nother situation as far as trying to do lease options and creative financing and stuff like that. You want that to be the last place you need to go so that you can make something happen. Number 3, fixing and flipping houses. Fixing and flipping houses has become one of the trendiest ways to add value and make big money in real estate. Connected investors have created a full cycle ecosystem to enable investors to find, fund, and flip their deals. So basically, flipping houses means that you buy a house for cheap, fix it up, and flip it. Flip it meaning put it back on the market at retail value. So you paying under retail value, and then you fix it up and you sell it at the retail value. And the difference in what you pay for, how much it costs to fix it, and how much it costs to sell it, the difference and the retail price, the difference is what you get to put in your pocket. So a lot of people out here doing this, and even if they got to do it once a year, you can make what 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 on some of these deals. So it's something that you need to look into, definitely. um, Wholesale real estate, wholesale and flipping contracts. Now, this is about flipping contracts. Is recognized as one of the fastest way to get in and out, paid in real estate. It can take as little as a few days, and if you never take ownership, the big bonus, you don't need cash to get started. So, if you think you don't, you now people out here tell you you don't need cash to get started in real estate. You know, I'm the kind of person that I haven't I haven't seen that happen too many times. I've seen it happen once or twice, but I haven't seen it happen too many times. I think your best option, your the odds are with you to get your credit together and stack you some money together. You know, and then you have at least a couple $1,000s to work with. You can at least start asking around to try to get involved in something. It has to do with real estate. Vacation rentals. Airbnb is a great example of how you can make money on real estate, short and long term. Well, that's if you own the property. If you don't own the property, it's going to be kind of tough to do Airbnb. Private lending. If you do have money to invest, but you don't want to have to roll up your sleeves to fix things, then private lending has become a popular option. Okay, you can do private lending. Yes, you can. But remember, there's laws that you got to abide by in your state. So that doesn't mean you can, you're not the mafia. You can't say I'm lending you, $5,000 and I expect 150 back. It's just that you can't do it that way. So you got to abide by the laws of your state. Commercial property, last one. While commercial real estate can sound scary and more complicated than homes, it doesn't have to be. In fact, some may find financing and working with commercial properties easier than condos and houses. Depends on the kind of person you are. Some people are really into commercial property, some people are not. So it really depends on the kind of person you are. Some people are really into commercial property, and some people are really into residential property. It just depends. If you're good with commercial property, you're good. If you're not good with commercial property, you're not good with commercial property. But you got to know where you're in real estate. You got to know where you're good at, because you can, if you don't know where you're good at, you can waste some money. You can waste a lot of money trying to learn the game. All right. I think we have made it to our lead topic. Our lead topic. Now, here's the lead topic. Are modern women dangerous? Are they dangerous? So I have a question for you, gentlemen out here. If modern women are not dangerous, or well, let me rephrase it this way. Why am I asking the question if modern women are dangerous? I just went over the hit parade and you saw that Jake Paul is getting accused by another woman. And my point is, why are they dangerous? Why are modern women? Why am I asking that question? Because we're seeing so many men getting their lives ripped out from apart from them because of something they may have done to a woman. There's nothing more dangerous just about than a woman in civilized society. I mean, women destroy many lives, more than guns, more than everything that I can think of. Women are at the root of most. I mean, if you let's just take the Bible. By following her example, Adam ruined so many lives. He ruined them. but it wasn't her fault. Why? Let's look at that situation. What happened when she bit the apple? Nothing. When she had the apple, when she bit the apple, nothing happened to her. It was only something happened when the man bit the apple. That's when all hell broke loose, right? But if but she was never held accountable in that situation. Well, let me say she wasn't held accountable. Let me rephrase that. She was held accountable for his decision. She wasn't held accountable for her own actions. She was held accountable for his decision. Think about that. So she was held accountable for his decision. And I'm talking about Adam and Eve in Genesis. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. She was held accountable for his decision. And according to the book, the rest of us were held accountable for his decision. Now, the question is, are modern women dangerous? Even ancient women were dangerous, according to this book. But now are modern women dangerous? Just as dangerous. I'm going to step out and say, based on the legal and cultural climate, yes, they are dangerous. Why do you say that, Brother Clarence? Because there's so many different ways a woman can get you caught up, whether it's with having an unwanted pregnancy, STD, um, you know, get you caught up with some kind of drama with the baby's daddy, um, husband that she ain't told you about, she's separated, or she just has so many different ways. And then not only that, she can come back and say, you know what, Judge? She can go to court and say, Judge, this man has been paying my rent for 2 years. And because of that, I was able to send my children to court. And now he don't want to be with me no more because I'm 250 pounds and I look like Shrek on what's that movie with the trolls or whatever. So he, for some reason, he don't want to be with me. I can't understand it. It's not fair. It's not fair. Judge, he should be able to look at me and withstand the the situation that he's looking at. I know I threw on 100 pounds, but he should look at me. He should still want to be with me. It's not fair that he don't want to be with me no more. And these are not his children. Anyway, the judge could say, you know what? You've been paying that lady's rent? Yes, I have. Hey, well, you got to continue to pay it until she get into another situation. And the judge can do it. And they do it. They do it. A lot of guys are paying child support for children that they did not father. They did not uh, physically father. They did not, uh, it's not their seed. They may have been there in duty, but they that's not their essence that created that child. Ouch. Ouch. See, women don't have to go through stuff like this, so they have no clue until a relative of theirs have to go through it. Their son, their daughter, I mean, it's their son, their cousin, their uncle, their brother. See, they don't have no clue that these kind of things going on until they got a relative going through something like this. And we're not saying it happens every day, but just the possibility of something like that being available to a woman, right? Just a possibility. There's when somebody say, "Oh, there's a 10% chance that'll happen to you," right? What if somebody said there's a 10% chance you can get shot walking through Central Park right now? If you just go walk through the park right now, there's a 10% chance you can get shot. I think most people would say, I'm not going to even walk with a 10% chance. I don't even want it to be a 10% chance of me getting shot. but it is what it is. With women, man, you got such a high situation where you can be uh you can be what's the word I'm looking for? You can be caught up in something. It's such a high probability, and so it's is it really worth it? That's the thing. Is it really worth it? Because modern women are dangerous, but are they worth the danger that's involved in this society? It's just not. It's just not looking there. I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a dating coach. I'm a coach of men trying to get their life together so that they can progress and do what they want to do. They want to share it with a woman, fine. And I try to tell you how the most safest ways to do that. And if you don't want to share it with a woman, if you just want to be a single man out here, fine, whatever. But you can't really do a lot, and you have a lot of opportunity in America. So why not maximize it, right? A lot of people died, and those of us that's black, a lot of black people died for this opportunity. A lot of people died in those uh, cotton patches and tobacco fields, and a lot of people in those sugar canes in the South America sugar cane fields. I mean, a lot of people died so that we could waiting on the situation to turn into this where we have opportunity, and we need to be taking advantage of it. We need to take advantage of it instead of trying to make people feel bad and feel sorry for us. No, 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 no. We need to get up off our ass and go out here and make something for ourselves, for us, right? The Asians don't sit on their ass waiting for somebody to bring something to them. The Jews don't sit on their ass waiting for somebody to bring something to them. The Irish, the Italians, none of these people sit on their ass and wait for somebody. The Aryans, they don't wait for people to bring nothing to them. They get up and go get it and make it happen. But they got what we don't have, and that's unity on a more mass level. And we need more unity as men. We need to be unified in how we gonna handle certain situations. But we let religion and women get in the middle of everything we do. We let women get in the middle of everything. Our and we don't use our brains to think. Women are dangerous. They are. They're absolutely dangerous in today's society. A woman could hold back, and you do something with a woman, she could consent to it, hold it back, and then come out 4 or 5 years, 6 years, 7, 10 years later and say, you sexually did this to me, and just kill your career, blow you out of the water, or stop it at least. Stop it. And then you got to take time and money to go defend yourself from these accusations that this woman is making, because she see that you now have gotten to a certain level of uh, fame and notoriety, and she just go hard at you. It's an idiotic move, man. It's an idiotic move in today's society. And I'm gonna break down what you should do. I did this on another video, but I need you guys to go back and check my videos, because every video I have, I challenge you to dispute anything on my videos, or send your bestest fighter mentally to those videos and have them find the error in them. And we can come here and discuss it. We'll come here and discuss it. I'll let them show me where I'm wrong. But you won't find no errors, because I've been through too much, and I know what I'm talking about. I've been through too much, and I know what I'm talking about. And I've seen too many guys go down. I've seen too many guys bite the dust because they did stuff, including myself. I done made some serious mistakes, and I got caught up. So I know anybody could get caught up. And I wasn't a bad guy or anything like that. For me, I just had a demon. I had, a demon shop set up inside of me where I wasn't able to see the things, how I was affecting other people with my behavior until some kind of way. I just kept praying and praying and praying. And one day I realized maybe I need to do something. God ain't going to hit me with a lightning bolt and then make it all go away. I have to do something. I'm going to have to carry this cross and do, so to speak, and make this happen. And that's what I had to do. But anyway, but every man has some woman out there that could say something about you that's not good, because we all have to learn the hard way. There ain't no manual out here. Well, this is how you be a man. You know, you respect all women. There ain't no manual out here that tells you how to do that. If you don't have nobody show you how to do that, my father passed away when I was 18 years old. There was nobody to walk me through this. I had to find out. I had to fall on my face and learn. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And him and my mother's relationship was tumultuous. Tumultuous. That's a nice word to put. That's a nice way of putting it. Are modern women dangerous? Of course they're dangerous. Of course. Of course they're dangerous. They present all types of problems, financial problems for you, especially the single moms. The single moms present all kinds of, first of all, they're going to need, most of the time, where's my stats? 30% of single moms are in poverty, are living in poverty. 30%, 30%. That's one third of them. Holy smokes. I believe it's much higher. I think it's much higher. But that's what, as of 2016, this is a Pew Institute, very credible place where you can get stats. And they're saying that 30% of all single mothers cross race, 30% of them are living in poverty. Now, if we were to break that down into by ethnicity, and we start talking about the Black community, we know that number would jump. That would probably would double or triple. Well, not couldn't triple, but it definitely could double. Definitely would double probably, or close. And why are they living in poverty? We say, brother, why are they living in poverty? Why do you think they're living in poverty? They had children too early with no support, and they had to take care of those children instead of be out there getting their education so that they can help out in the house if they ever was to choose to get married, or they can't even take care of themselves, let alone a child. But they don't think our children, especially Black, let me boil it down to Black children, because I never grew up in a white household. I don't know what they talk about, but I know it's not as prevalent there. So obviously they're having different discussions than we're having in our house. They have different philosophies about this situation than the philosophies that we're having in our household. Because the numbers just bear that out. And so why is this such an issue? Because they're not being able to, they can't even take care of themselves. Most of them are working retail jobs that don't pay that much, and then they end up getting pregnant with a guy, and they because they don't know how to feel out whether they got chemistry with somebody, they go for the masculine frame. They go for the masculine frame. So you show this woman this masculine frame, the woman goes for the masculine frame without checking to see if you guys are even compatible personality wise. Because if you impregnate this woman, you're going to have you're going to have to deal with her. You're going to have to be with her. So you shouldn't even put yourself in a position where you can impregnate somebody unless you got a place for her to live, transportation to get her around to doctor's appointments, and you can feed and clothe her. What? Then you should stop having sex with women. Then that's my that's the that's the well. I don't want to be no monk. I said, you don't have to be a monk. You just have to stop doing stuff that's gonna put yourself in a situation when you in a situation where you got all that covered, just in case you impregnate somebody. I would say don't impregnate nobody. You don't need to be. See, my thing is most of you guys shouldn't even be having uh even thinking about getting into a long-term relationship or marriage before the age of 40 because you're just not mature enough mentally. Oh, but I've been mature. Okay, okay, but most of you guys are going to get married and get in long-term relationships before the age of 40 probably are going to end up divorced. That's go look that stat up. Go look that stat up. See, you got to have chemistry with somebody. Let me lay it out for you. The first thing you need to have is a visual appearance that is appealing to you. That's what you need to have first, is a visual appearance that's appealing to you. Once you have a visual appearance that's appealing to you, the next thing you must have, don't see, and most people skip over this step. Most people that meet people, I don't care if it's a woman or a man, most people that try to get intimate with another person, they skip this step, which is the chemistry step. And it takes time to have that. You need chemistry. See, without chemistry, women are multiple, their danger multiplies because you don't know who you're dealing with if you don't have the chemistry there. But most of you guys don't care, right? You're just trying to get what you're trying to get, which is some sex out of her. And you put yourself in a bad situation. Look at me. I'm talking to you right now. It's 4 p.m. It's Sunday. It's 4 p.m. There's somebody getting that phone call right now. There's probably 100 of you guys getting that phone call right now, today, right now, where the woman's saying, I'm pregnant. You in the other room, your wife is in the other room, your girlfriend's in the other room, your baby mama's in the other room. And now you got this situation going on. And you mad at the girl when it's your fault. It's your fault. You know these women are dangerous out here. You know it. You need to be strapped and wrapped every time you go in. Every time you go to the plate, you should be wrapped and strapped. But some of y'all are like, no, or you go for the game. It doesn't feel right if if I don't, if you have something on, it doesn't feel right. That's code for I'm getting ready to get pregnant so that I can keep you. Huh? How many of you guys been through that situation? That is, you are out of, it's out of time. It's out of time. It doesn't really matter anymore. Whether I think it's you're dangerous or not, women are dangerous or not, it doesn't matter. They are definitely dangerous. The numbers bear that out. The guys that are getting caught up in the hit parade are bear that out, and the guys getting caught up with these unwanted pregnancies bear that out. But you try to blame the woman. It's not the woman. The woman is dangerous because you're not vetting her properly. Women are dangerous because you don't vet them. Yes, they're dangerous on their own. But the most dangerous ones won't even get into your circle because you vet them properly. Why do you think they wear provocative clothing? Why do you think they wear provocative clothing? What does the word provocative come from? What's the root word of provocative? Provoke. They're trying to provoke you into making a move that you're not using your brain to think. You're going to use your emotion or your sexual energy to move. Right? Bad move. Bad move. And a lot of you guys go down in flames for that. But anyway, I was on my list. So the first thing we said is you have to be appealing, right? The second thing we said is You have to, and this is the one you guys miss. You have to conduct, you have to do, create chemistry or see if there's chemistry. You have to see if there's some chemistry there. You have to give yourselves a couple of opportunities to see if there's chemistry. If there's no chemistry, you can't jump to the third step. With the third step, it's the sexual tension. You have to create sexual tension. How do you create sexual tension? Well, if you have chemistry with somebody, you know, the sexual creating sexual tension is easy. But see, a lot of these women, they will see you. This is how you know you don't have chemistry. Well, you'll know just off of her responses to things you're saying. You take her out one time, you don't get the kind of responses you want. You say, well, maybe she was having an off night, right? Everybody can have an off night. You take her out again if she agrees to it, and then you see she's just not feeling. She just seemed like she wasn't feeling it. But maybe you say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I caught her again at a bad time. Let me give her one more try. And you take her out again, and you think you got chemistry, but when she will not let you build sexual tension, meaning that there's things you could say to her to build the sexual tension. When you see you just getting shut down and she's not even going for it, and I'm not talking about vulgar things, I'm talking about really subtle things to build the sexual tension. If she won't let you build that sexual tension, then you know this is not the place for you. Ain't no point in taking this girl to a $200 lobster dinner, steak and lobster dinner, when you could see that she won't even let you build sexual tension. She talking to you like one of her homegirls. Why are you going to go? I'm gonna try again. Oh, she won't talk to me because I'm not taking her to a more expensive place. I need to take her to a more expensive place. Then she'll want to talk to me. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That only makes sense in the dating market. No other place would that make sense. I've said this before on many other videos. That does not make any sense. How can you go out if you had an employee that was working for you and you was paying him a certain amount of money? I mean, and he wasn't getting the job done. Then you are you going to say to yourself, you know, I'm going to pay this employee more money and he's still not getting the job done? Then you pay him more money and he's still not getting the job done. Then you go say, I'm going to go pay him even more money to get him to get the job done. That don't make no sense. The only place that makes sense is when you're dealing with people with vaginas. When you're dealing with people with vaginas, everything goes, right? No, 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 no. No, we don't want everything to go. It's time for us as men, especially black men, man. I mean, we always doing, we are, in my opinion, we do the most things that don't make sense. We do the most things that don't make sense. And it's time for us to stop it, man. It's time for us to stop it. We have been through so much. But I just gave you the three things you got to do. You got to find a woman visually appealing. You got to have chemistry, and you got to build sexual tension. Why do you have to have the chemistry? The chemistry is probably the most important thing you have to have, because that lets you know when you can see if you're dealing with somebody who's going to probably be the type of person that will come back 2 or 3 years or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years later, come back and say, oh, you did this to me. See, the chemistry lets you know that. When you just building rapport with that chemistry, trying to fill out the chemistry of the person, you can see. And when you and I'm gonna just say, the word that will let you know that is a high probability that that's going to happen to you is feminist. When the woman says, I'm a feminist, I mean, You're just you're sitting in front of somebody that's going to put you in jail sooner or later. I would stop. I would, you need to run that, because those women are the most dangerous women. They're the most dangerous, and you're done. Because once somebody says that to you, they're letting you know that anything you basically, in a court of law, anything you say can be used against you now or 10 years from now. And nothing against the feminists, just telling the truth. Just telling the truth. Women have always been considered dangerous from ancient times to now. Woman took down Adam. Woman took down Samson. Women took down almost every. Woman took down David. Women pushed Jacob into the situation he was. I mean, women have throughout that book, they have been a source of problems. They've been a source of problems. Even Lot was trying to leave. He took his wife with. He tried to take his wife with him, and the wife wanted to stay in Sodom and Gomorrah. She wanted to stay. She didn't want to leave it. I mean, he had to push on. He had to leave her, right? I mean, so what am I getting at? What you getting at, Clarence? What you getting? We should never talk to women. That's not what I'm saying to you, brother. I'm not saying that to you. I hope you can see that I'm not trying to say something to you that extreme. What I'm saying is the situation that you involved with, men have never been dealing with something like what you're dealing with today, where you can just be looking at a woman and she could go to the police and say, excuse me, she can go to the police and say, I felt threatened that he was looking. She can go to HR. He looks at me, and he looked at me. Therefore, and then HR comes. She say, "Hey, we got to let you go because she's gonna put a case against us. We got to let you go." That's where we at today. That's where we at. Women are dangerous. So, and especially on the job. Let me get that out clear. Should you talk to a woman on the job and try to get in a romantic situation with a woman on the job?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
I mean, that says it all right there, right? Should you at least be friends, or should you go out with women from the job? I mean, I'm gonna see them after work. Should you go out with women after work romantically, not in a group, but romantically, one-on-one with women from the job? You should not. You should not, because it's gonna be a bad situation, brother. It's gonna be a bad situation, and why should you put yourself in that situation? Oh, but you don't understand, man. She's fine. She's fine. Everybody trying to talk to her. That's our problem as black men, man. We so low of a thinking. We've been reduced to such low thinking of ourselves that we equate smashing women with success of some kind. How is that success? That ain't no success. Women smashing a woman, anybody, a 16-year-old guy with a heart on can smash a woman and get her pregnant. How is it successful? Well, I slept with more women than you slept with. That's stupid. Yeah, but they're going to bury you in the same dirt they're going to bury me. You ain't going to get nothing more except, what are you getting for doing that? Oh, man, see, People think I'm a big man. What? That's stupid. That's stupid.
You little scumbag.
That's stupid. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? I'm talking to the brotherhood now. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're spending all this time chasing these women. Here's a whole world we need to build out there. There's a whole world we need to build out there for our people, man. Our people are dying in the street. They're dying. They're drug addicted. We got children. We got children being abused in foster care, orphanages. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I know a lot of people are like, man, F the black community, man. F them. I ain't gonna, I don't need to do it. I don't need to get it back. F you. F you. Go ahead. We don't need you anyway. If you can't help us, fine. I'm not saying nobody else is important, but white people help them. They help themselves first. Then they help other people. Black people, we do it the reverse. We help everybody else. And then we jump on the bandwagon. Look at those Negroes. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's terrible. Terrible. Our people are literally dying in the street. And what are we doing about it? I mean, the men. I ain't talking about the women. Because the women are following you, brother. There's too many single mothers out here. That's because it's all of y'all are trying to run up in all of them. You're running up in them and leaving them. Man, it ain't our fault. It's their fault. It's your fault, brother. How could they be single mothers unless they got the seed from you? They can't make themselves pregnant, can they? You have to. You're a part of that equation. Oh man, see, there you go. You on the women's side. Man, I'm on the side of truth. I'm on the side of truth. And I know our people don't like truth. But most people in the world don't like truth because they've been so misled by the devil. They don't understand truth. They don't want no truth. But I'm here to tell you the truth, brother. Like Brother Malcolm said, I didn't come here to say what you like. I came here to tell you the truth. The truth is, you, black man, you the one that's creating all of these single mothers. They have no choice but to follow feminism. That's the only thing that they know that's going to take care of them is feminism. Because feminism helps them blame everything on you. They don't have to take accountability for nothing they do. They don't have to take accountability. They don't have to do nothing except say there's a big bad man somewhere that caused all my problems to get like this. I just went over the Bible. We seen who was the problem every time, almost every time in the Bible, who the issue was or who was at the root of the issue. We seen that. That's almost in almost every situation. It's happens. A bad thing happens when the man was told what to do by the authorities, and he decided to do what his woman told him to do. Matter of fact, happened to Adam twice. There was a trick before the apple. Same thing with Samson. There was a trick before the eyes got pulled out. But see, why do you think that stuff is there? So you can say, oh, that's the Old Testament. I can eat pork because it's the Old Testament. Jesus came, so I can eat pork now. It's okay. Then why is the Old Testament even there? What's it there for? If Jesus say everything now it's a whole different thing, then now why is everything? That's a whole nother topic. But my point is, why is that information there? If we're not supposed to learn from a lot of that stuff. Why is it still? Why is it there? Why is it included in what you're getting now? Not to say women are bad people, but you see that the major issue doesn't happen till the man disobeys what the God has set up to be happening. That's you. That's you and me. Our lives don't get all jacked up until we disobey what the God has told us. Meanwhile, the demons out here in the world tell us, or our women are more who are more susceptible to demon activity because they don't see it as demon activity. They see it as alpha male. They see it as alpha male framework. And they're attracted to alpha male. But in a civilized society, they can't tell the difference. They can't tell the difference between alpha male framework and demon instructions. So what do they do? They follow their natural. See, it's not women's fault. Women have a natural attraction to alpha male activity. They have a natural. It's called natural selection, man. They if you look at any female in the animal kingdom, what they do is try to wait and see the most alpha of the males that come around them. The guy that's the biggest and the most virile, and he usually proves that by fighting other males for her. She usually goes with that guy, right? If it's a one-on-one type of animal. Some animals, some women mate with a bunch of different dudes because it's just, they just get down like that. Like dogs, right? They just get down like that. But the point is, they can't help the fact that they are attracted to alpha male type behavior. They see that as, that's like a mating call for them. They can't help it. They like that lion going after that steak you threw on the ground. They're just going to go after that. But unfortunately, most of the time, they get fooled. They follow that the demon activity. They can't make the separation. They can't say, oh, they can't make that separation till it's too late, till they're already in the soup, so to speak. They're already deep in the soup. And then they make oh man, this dude is whooping my butt twice a week. Maybe he ain't the guy I thought he was. Just because he got an alpha male frame, that don't mean that he's the right man for me. And nothing against the alpha males, but I'm just saying, it ain't enough of them out there that's regulated by a deeper sense of duty to our people. They just out there getting it. And hey, get it. But this is what's happening. Because they want to run into everything that's moving. This is what's happening. They're creating all of these single mothers, and then they're the ones coming on here complaining about them when they're the ones that's doing it. They're the ones creating them. And nobody will address that. Nobody will address that. Because it's easier to make money off of dudes that's dumb enough to buy dating books and you know, they that sad, and it's so many. You couldn't sell this many dating books if there were fathers in the home. If the fathers were there, you wouldn't have to sell all these dating books because they would have an idea what a relationship looks like, and they would be able to go off of that to try to put something together for themselves. But because so many of them are lost and growing up in foster care and growing up in orphanages and growing up in single mother households, probably 70 to 80% of our youth are growing up like this. I mean, they got to go buy dating books. They got to go get a dating coach. To me, that's like getting a breathing coach. You got to pay somebody to tell you how to breathe. Yeah, take a deep breath. I mean, but why do you have to do that? Why do you have to do that? Why are we in this situation? Because we just won't address some of these issues. You, brother, these women are dangerous. But they're dangerous already off the rip. But we're not vetting them properly. It's a 3-step process, baby. It's a 3-step process. You go throw all your dating books away. It's a 3-step process. It's only 3 steps to dating. 3 steps. You find them visually appealing. You got good chemistry. Create the sensual tension. The rest will take care of itself. But no, but see, I ain't no hater. Going out there, spend $45 on a book telling you how to text women, send them different kinds of texts that's gonna make them call you, or pick up the phone and call you. Go out there and spend all this money on how to dog them out and how to come back. Go on. Go spend $100 on a phone call for somebody to tell you, yeah. You just, tell her that you really want to, tell her that you want to have sex with her. Hey, you guys do what you got to do out there. But don't say nobody tried to tell you. Because I tried to tell you. Because ultimately, you're going to have to come back to this content. Ultimately. Yeah, you out there now, slinging hash. But ultimately, this is undisputed information straight from the spirit of the God of the universe. This is undisputed. You can't dispute it. Well, let's say it's not undisputed. You can dispute it, but you're going to look crazy because we're just telling you the truth. Women are dangerous. And if you don't vet them properly, look at pro brother Adam. I mean, he said, man, this woman comes straight from me. He came straight from me. She came straight from me. She's one of my descendants. She's from me, from my rib, from me. She's flesh like I'm flesh. I don't have to vet her. God sent this woman to me. God sent it to me. Why do I have to vet her? I don't have to vet her. Who's a better judge of character, me or God? Of course, the woman was well-meaning, but the demon got to her first. The demon got to her. Not first, but the demon got to her. Right? Just like y'all, just like many of you guys out there. You got a good-hearted woman, but she run into somebody out here that's slicker than you, that talk faster than you, that put up a more masculine frame than you. The demon put up a masculine frame on her. Adam was just a hard-working dude, man. What do you need a masculine frame for? It's only you and her. Where's she gonna go? You don't have to put up no masculine frame, do you? So he thought. But here come the demon. The demon put up the masculine frame. Say, your man is a sucker. He's a sucker. Well, my man said we can't, we can't eat from this tree. Your man lying to you because God lying to you. God's lying to him. You ever seen this God before that he talking about? How you know this man ain't crazy? This is stuff the devil whispering in her ear. How you know he ain't crazy? You see me. I'm talking straight to you, girl. Your man talk straight to you? No, he's always talking about what this God of his said. He's a fool. I ain't never seen this God. Where's this God at? You seen this God? I don't seen this God. I never seen him talking to you. Have you seen him talk to you? No, he never talked to me. Maybe you got another girlfriend. Maybe you got another wife somewhere. Telling you, you need to find out for sure what's going on. But he told me what's going on. He told me, God told us this is what we're going to do, and that's how we doing it. So, you happy being his slave? You his little slave, huh? He trying to keep you stupid. If you find out what's really going on, then you're going to have power over him. And he don't want that. Sound familiar? Sound like the womenist, right? Sound familiar? If you listen to this man, if you keep listening to this man, he's gonna be over you. And he don't want you to be his equal. He wants you to be over, he want to be over you to keep you depressed. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. I'm telling you. That's what he want to do. Now the question is, you gonna be stupid enough to let him do it? Or you gonna step in the game? Listen to me. I'm here. I'm for you. I'm with you. I got your back. I guess you do, huh? So the devil used a masculine frame on her. She couldn't see that it was devilishment. No, because it was packaged in a masculine framework. He snuck up to her and talked to her where Adam didn't have to have a masculine frame. Well, he already had a masculine frame, but he didn't have to have an aggressive framework because it was unnecessary. He didn't need it. He didn't need it. He was ruling over this garden, and he didn't need to be aggressive. Wasn't nothing. He didn't have to do nothing but work hard. He was a hard-working man. He didn't have to do nothing but work hard. According to the book. According to the book. I'm just going by what's written in the book. But the woman is dangerous because she doesn't operate on a high enough frequency that she can see this stuff. She operates on her what's the word? The frequency that most of them operate on is not high enough where they can see a man for who he is and see what how you not gonna see this God's man here? This God's man. This man, he said, hey, you see anybody else around here? No. Okay. God told me, hey, we can do whatever we gotta do, but we gonna leave this tree alone. We leave it alone. Why? I don't know why. But I'm living good. You living good. Let's just leave it alone. He ain't never told me no lie, so just leave it alone. Oh, okay. That should have been the end of it, right? But the devil caught her slipping because the devil couldn't get to him. The demons knew I can't get to him because I know he getting it straight from the horse's mouth. So I can't get to him. I ain't gonna be able to get to him because he gonna go right and tell. But she, if I show her a masculine frame, if I show her that masculine framework, she gonna love it. She gonna love it, and she won't tell nothing. She gonna try to get him on my program. Unwittingly. Look at your household, brother. Look around you. Look around you. Look around you. You shouldn't have to use force or tricks to get a woman to do anything. If you got to use force or tricks to get a woman to do something, man, you have not vetted this woman very carefully. Even a pimp will vet a woman very carefully. You got to vet these women very carefully because you got to know if she's going to be on your program or not. And a lot of these women will say up front, especially if you got resources, they'll say, "Oh yeah. I'll be on your program. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre. How about Paul McCartney's wife that ripped him a new one? How about Jeff Bezos' wife? What is really going on? What's really going on? And it's people out here sitting on the fence now. It's men right now scared to go home because they know the wife is getting ready to file the paperwork. And they done. Why? Because y'all don't respect these women and their viciousness to be able to, and the protection they have from the courts system all the way down. They have such protections in place that you are, the likelihood of you going against them and winning is really bad. If you're not, unless you're like a Steve Harvey or a Kevin Hart, you got millions of dollars to get a good attorney. Maybe you got a chance. Maybe. But these women are fighting these prenups now. They like, I signed that. I wasn't in my right mind. I was under duress. I was blah, 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 whatever. I got to give it to Dr. Dre's wife, man. She is gonna make this thing ugly. She's gonna make it ugly. But gotta vet these women. You let them. There's nothing worse than letting a woman that's not right for you into your life. You let a woman that's not right for you into your life, man, and you putting yourself in a bad situation. A woman could come into your life and just rip it like a piece of paper. See, but I know people don't want to hear they don't want to hear it. Y'all don't want to hear, especially black men, man. Y'all don't want to hear what I'm saying. That's why ain't nobody checking my channel. They don't, because once they hear this stuff, man, they just be like, nah, man. The people that's getting the views is throwing rocks at black women. That's who get the views. But I mean, hey, it's okay. I'm doing my work. You got to do your work and find this content and go through this content and see if it's something in it for you. I'm doing my work. I survived all that demon activity so that I could come here and tell you the real. I could tell you the real. Ain't nobody telling it to, I'm just telling it to you real. And I don't have books and tapes to sell you. I have books and media presentations not to sell you. Those are opportunities for you to get your head together. If you don't think that that opportunities for you to get your head together, then that's on you, man. But I'm here to help the people. It's the bestest way I can. If you want to be somebody in, because ultimately, and we got to get to black men earlier, like 8th grade, like really like 3rd grade. Really, we should be on them as far as STEM classwork at as early as 3rd grade. We need to make them commit to that at 3rd grade and show them that, hey, this is that's the only way to go. That's the only way to go. STEM technology, STEM classwork. And one other one is communications. But STEM technology, STEM classes and communication classes, that's it. That's it. See, I'm telling you the truth. You get you a liberal arts degree or whatever, that should be a minor. A black studies degree, that should be a minor. Your major should be in STEM or communications. Period. Period. If not, you'll have a degree, but you might not be getting the money that you want to get to be able to set up anything. Are you going to be getting the money? You know, what kind of jobs are you going to get? Are you going to have enough money to invest? Well, money's not important, brother. How is it not? How is it not? This ain't communist China where they can give you a house. I mean, this ain't Russia where they can give you a house, or Saudi Arabia where you get a house for free. This is not no place like that. Here in America, money matters. Money matters. We see it so many times where people who have money, they get out of different legal situations because they got the money to make it happen. Money matters, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we should have a society that it access to money shouldn't be a problem, but it is. We got so many people with so many amounts of money, paper money, even in crypto. It's only so much of it available, but it's so many people that's trying to get to it. I mean, you're gonna need money at some point. You're gonna need some type of currency, whether it's fiat, gold, or otherwise. You're gonna need some currency to do business. You think you're gonna rent an apartment on just a handshake? It doesn't work that way here. Only women can go to the government and say, "I don't have money for a place." Oh, okay. Sign up for this program, and we'll give you a place to stay. You think you're gonna be able to do that as a man? Only a woman could go out there and say, "I don't have food for my children. I don't have food," and they say, go get food." You sure ain't no man around? I'm sure. Oh, okay. Here's all the food you need. You try going up to the government and saying, "Hey, government, I'm a man. I'm out of work. I can't find a job in my field. I'm out of work. I'm single." What do you think he's gonna say to you? 4 words: get out of my office. 5 words, rather. It's just like I said, man. You know, the thing is all stacked for women. Women are absolutely, they're gonna be taken care of no matter what, especially black women, because I'm gonna say something that's very controversial, but it's the truth. Black Lives Matter is an arm of the Democratic Party. It is a political party. It's a political organization, and it's an arm of the Democratic Party. I know y'all don't want me saying that, but it's the truth. And if they was able to help people out there, cool. They was able to help people. But I'm just telling you the ultimate goal for that organization. It was never meant to help black men. It was never helped. It's help. It's here. It was here to help transgender black people, the LGBT community of black people, and black women. Black men are totally not on the agenda. We're just a lightning rod, but we're not on the agenda for actually that organization helping us. It's really to get the LGBT community and black women to vote Democrat. Wish I could say something different, but I'm telling you the truth. I don't care if I don't have one person watching, because I'm doing my job. I'm putting this information out. Now, we know that the two Soros brothers put the money behind Black Lives Matter. They're the ones that kicked it started. That's why Black Lives Matter does not go after Viacom. They don't go after Viacom, MTV, and all that. They don't go after these people. They don't go after those people. Why? Because they have strict orders. They can't go at organizations like that because those people are in cahoots with each other. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. That's why they don't go after these record labels. They don't go after these major media companies. They don't. They don't. And I'm not saying, hey, I don't control Black Lives Matter, so I can't say. I just know that it's a political organization, and as a political organization, it should be explained as that's what it is, and what the ultimate goals are, so that people could decide whether they want to be down with that or not. But they don't clearly define any of that. It's supposed to be this all-inclusive organization. I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying, tell the people the truth. Tell the people what's going on so they can decide what they're going to do. But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. You don't have people telling you. They don't tell you the truth. That's why you got to learn for yourself what the truth looks like. Well, most of us have been lied to for so long. We've been lied to for so long, man. We don't know what the truth looks like. Huh? Especially women. And even if they see the truth, they don't want no parts of it. It's like that woman, Eve. I keep going back to Eve. She didn't want no parts of the truth. Here this man told her the truth. She just couldn't wrap her mind around the truth. She just couldn't wrap her mind around it. To her, that didn't make no sense to her, especially after the poisoning of the well that the devil did to her. He created a situation in her head that made him look like he was a better person of knowledge than the man Adam was. So, she had a decision to make. At a certain point, she had a decision to make. Either Adam is telling the truth or the devil is telling the truth. Which one? Who's telling the truth? Because there was a conflict there. My man has told me this about this God. But this person is this serpent, or this person who is always doesn't want to come and talk to me and Adam at the same time. He's like, he projected himself as he's smarter than these people. He's smarter than my man. So she fell for it. So what decision did she make? She made a decision to follow the demon who presented the masculine framework. Girl, you mean you gonna listen to that? Girl, you know that man talk crazy. I don't believe that. They just don't want you to. They don't want you to be smart. They want you to be a slave. See, he a slave, and he wants you to be a slave. But you tell him you ain't no slave. You ain't gonna be no slave. How'd that go for her? Shit, how'd that go for all of us? According to the book. Let me bring it to us on the ground here with our boots on the ground. Modern women. What is a modern woman? Let's get some definitions out here. What is a modern woman? A modern woman is a woman who sees career over family. That is a modern woman. Most modern women, they value career over family. And they feel like them investing in their family is some kind of way taken away from them as a woman. Because the women empowerment movement told them, hey man, if you take away from, if you do that, you're gonna lose yourself in being that. But that's, damn it, I thought that's what you was put here to do. I thought you was put here to bring lives into the world. I didn't make that. You got a problem with it? Hey, speak to the manufacturer. He's the one that did it. Not me. I ain't trying to make you no slave. Chief manufacturer, the chief engineer. He's the one that created this situation. Huh? Go to him and say, you know what? I don't want to have this womb. I don't want to have a womb. I don't want to have to stop my career to have a baby, or I want to have a baby and then go right back to work. Well, who's supposed to take care of this baby? See? And I'm not saying you shouldn't work. I'm just saying you're gonna have to see, you have to prepare to be able to create your family if that's what you want. Now, I'm not saying everyone wants a family. Some women don't. There's women out there that don't want children. They don't want children. And those women should be allowed to be with men that don't want children. And everybody be happy. The problem comes in when men that want children meet up with women that don't want children, and then they say, well, maybe and they don't want children. They never wanted children. They don't want children. And then they try to have children and they don't connect with children properly because they never really wanted children in the first place. And then they do psychological damage to the children because they never wanted children in the first place. It's all the stuff we're going through. And then where do these children end up? They end up crazy, insane, having problems, rapists, murderers, abusers, adultery. I mean, we just have people that got problems, man. We got problems. And it's all stemming from the decisions we're making in the bedroom. And why are we still making these decisions like this? Because no one holds us accountable. And I don't say no one, but very little people hold us accountable. And we're able to flip the channel. Like me, I'm here. You could just turn off from me and go look at somebody that's throwing rocks at women. It's your fault. Get them. Get them. You sit back in your chair and say, get them, get them, get them. He going off on a woman again. Come on, man. Get him. Get him. Yeah, we need that too. We need somebody that's holding them accountable on that level too. But we need somebody that's going to hold you accountable. We need somebody holding you accountable, brother. You ain't out here. You ain't meant to be out here. You supposed to get yourself in a position where you can take care of yourself and your family. Can you do that? Are you really doing that? See, you expecting everybody to beat up on these women. Get them. Get them. And it's dudes out there that got whole channel just to beat up on women. Whole channel just to say, this woman is, women are this. And hey, man, do what you do. Because obviously that's what the people want. If you have a channel totally committed to saying how stupid women are or how dumb they are or how much of an issue they are to deal with, and you got hundreds of thousands of people on your site, I mean, hey, it must be a market for it. It must be a market for it. But I know there's a market for the truth out there. I know there's a market for it. The people like me that want to tell you the truth, we expect that you're gonna do business with us too. But our first thing is to tell you the truth. Because how you gonna do business with somebody you don't trust, you don't know that they're gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna tell you the truth. As best as we can find it, we'll tell you to you. Anyway, we define in modern. It's a woman that values career over family. Are those kind of women dangerous? Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're dangerous to be in relationships with. I'll tell you right now, most women are just dangerous to come in contact with, period. They're just dangerous to come in contact with them. On any level, on almost any level, if you're not related, on almost any level, they're dangerous to come in contact with. Now, places that you definitely don't want to come in contact with, work. Any organized type of situation, whether it's like the band or organization, PTA and all that, you don't want to get involved with no women. You don't want to be involved with no women, no matter what their ages are. I gave you an example earlier. I won't even buy Girl Scout cookies no more. I wouldn't even buy Girl Scout cookies no more. That's out the question. That's probably why they all joining the Boy Scouts now. Because Girl Scouts out the question. Out the question. No way you can sell me them cookies. Not no little girl. Your dad come to me and talk. That's a different story. But you, little girl, coming up to my door, or you coming up to me on the street, I'm out of there. You ain't gonna, oh man, looked at my clothes. Not happening. I suggest you all do the same. Leave them Girl Scout cookies alone. Leave anything you have to buy where the magazines or anything that they come to. I don't care if they have a mask on, face guard. I don't care what they got on. If you don't know this woman, walk away. You don't know that female, walk away. Especially if you can see that she's under the age of 18. Why put yourself in that situation? Why put yourself in that situation? It's just stupid. I mean, some of you guys dating single mothers and they got daughters at home, and the single mother give you a key and you say, go ahead. She'll say, just meet me at the house. Never do nothing like that, man. You don't go in no house where no girl is there by herself. You don't put yourself in that situation. You don't even go there if the little boy is there by himself. You just don't put yourself in that situation. You tell her, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. When you get there, call me. Telling you how to survive, brother. Telling you how to survive, how to keep your behind out of jail. Because too many of these women out here, man, they're looking for a quick come up. They know you got access to resources. You never know that set you up in a situation, make an accusation, and then tell you, look, if you just give me X amount of dollars, I'll leave it alone because I need to put him in school or her in school or whatever. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. These women are dangerous. They are very, very dangerous. They can attack your finances. They can attack your reputation, which leads to an attack on your finances. They can attack your sources of income. They can just derail your life. A wrong woman, an unvetted woman can just derail your whole entire life. Is that what you're here for? To get build yourself up to have a woman pull you down? Then don't get yourself involved in stuff like that. It's just certain situations. You got to use your brain now, man. Before, back in the day, before dudes was getting caught up, you could say, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk I'm gonna walk my girlfriend's daughter. I'm gonna walk with her. I'm gonna go with her to the store. Man, are you crazy? Don't put your girlfriend's daughter in your car. Are you serious? Are you crazy? You don't put her child in your car. She said, oh, can you take little shebang bang down here? And she wants something from McDonald's. No, I'll go. I'll leave her there, but I'll go. You don't put no little baby you don't put no woman in your car. If that woman ain't over 18, and still, even if she's over 18, keep your eye open then. You can't put some of y'all be doing some of the dumbest stuff, man. And then you end up getting caught up. You can't put these girls in your car. Oh, this is my girlfriend's daughter. Where your girlfriend at? Oh, she's still at work. You shouldn't be having that girl in your car then. Never, 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 ever, ever, ever. See, but we're not thinking like you have to be thinking all the time on your toes mentally. You got to say to yourself, man, this ain't gonna go good. What's the worst that could happen? This girl could say, I reached over and tried to close her window, and she tell her mom, he brushed against my breast. Man, I'm telling you, man, some of these girls, they don't know the significance of what's going to happen to you. What do they care whether they make an accusation against you? And maybe they don't like you. Maybe just try to get you away from their mother because you telling their mother how to help her. You helping their mother try to discipline her. Huh? This stuff have happened. And all you need is a prosecutor like the McMartin case. Go look up the McMartin case where they had the child care facility. And a hungry prosecutor literally created a case against those people. Literally created a case against those people. There was nothing there, and he created that situation. Just because he wanted to get a rep. What if you reach across to or maybe you stop short, right? Somebody stops short in front of you and you reach over to make sure the girl don't hit the dashboard. She go and tell her mother, just like on Seinfeld, she go and tell her mother, yeah, well, he tried to grab my breast. What are you doing, homie? What are you doing? What are you doing? You should never let your girlfriend or your girlfriend or your long-term or your wife, a child that's not yours being in your car. No. But we do all kind of different stuff. I'm telling you how dangerous this situation is, man. You as a man, there's so many dangerous situations that you got to think, use your brain. Girlfriend call you, tell you come over, just come over and just sit with shebang bang. Just sit with shebang bang until I get there. You call me when you get there. I am not going to go sit with shebang bang or a little Shamar Moore. I'm not sitting with nobody that's under the age of 18. Nobody. And even if they are, if they them kind of girls, if they it's a fast little chick, you can forget it. Even if she's over 18, you can forget it. I'll be there when you get there. You call me when you get there. Modern women, modern. So modern equals they value their career over the family, meaning that they want a career over a family. That's what they want more, their career. But see, they don't understand. You was put here to have babies, right? I don't have no womb. You got a womb. So obviously, that's what you was put here to do. That's something you was put here to do. Now, whether you're going to follow that and do it is up to you, but you was put here to have babies. That's why you got the womb you got. But once again, they follow, see, I don't know if it's because of their brain. I kind of still locate this information or locate why they're like this, but they got more of a susceptibility to devilishment. As we saw, I keep going back to Adam and Eve. Who? I keep going back to Adam and Eve. Now he told her, hey, we able to do everything except do this, except this tree. She wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. She went and she just blew it off. And the devil got her. The devil got her. Now, she had a decision to make. Am I going to go with the devil or am I going to go with my man? She went with the devil. She had a decision to make. Am I going to go with my man? My man told me not to do that. But because the devil came in a masculine framework, girl, what you doing? Girl, you going to let him make a fool out of you? Girl, look, I'm going to eat this apple and ain't nothing going to happen to me. Here, you eat a piece. See, nothing didn't happen to you. Of course, nothing happened to you. Nothing happened to you. It did happen to you, but you didn't recognize it yet. You didn't recognize it yet. The whole thing didn't get out of balance until the man ate that. Once the man ate the fruit, that was it. That was it. That's why women are dangerous, brother. They're just so much more susceptible to wickedness. Brother Clarence, are you saying that these women are wicked? I'm not saying they are wicked. I'm saying they're more susceptible to wickedness because they will not recognize it as a masculine framework. They don't recognize wickedness as masculine framework because they got a natural attraction to alpha male energy, and they will not recognize that alpha male energy as they don't recognize that alpha male energy as they don't know how to do the vetting to see, is this just plain alpha male energy, or is this demon energy that's trying to get me off God's program? So now, with that being said, how do we protect ourselves out here? Because now it's time to find solution. How do we protect ourselves out here? Well, I gave you the 3 ways to protect yourself in dating. Oh no, man. I'm on this person's dating site, and I'm on this dating site, this dating coach, and this. I don't care what you're doing. There's only 3 ways to date properly. 3. It's 3 things you got to do. I've been through them again. I'll go through them again. Number 1, you got to find that person attractive. Number 2, you got to see if there's chemistry there between the personalities. And number 3, The female has to let you build sexual tension, and as you're building it, at some point she participates with you. If those three things are all a go, most likely you'll be able to have a good relationship, because all you can grow off of all of those things. You can grow your chemistry, you can grow the sexual tension, and your attractiveness will grow. She will be more attractive to you on a deeper level, not just a physical level, but on a deeper level. And then it can grow from there. What I say, most of you guys gonna skip that second step and go straight from, because you're trying to rack bodies up, you go straight from I find her attractive to trying to throw her in the bed. I'm gonna use a masculine frame, or I got 59 ways to text a girl and make her jump in the bed. Or this is what you say on a phone call to make her get out of bed and come over with you. Or a man paid $55,000 to spend the night with me, but I'm gonna tell you this secret, but you got to pay me $600 to do it. Hey man, knock yourself out. I never against somebody's hustle. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. This ain't no magic. This is simple science that I'm talking about. But them other guys can wrap it up however they want. And I'm not even a dating coach. I know people. I know people. I was in sales for 11 years. I know people. So when you're in sales, you have to be able to identify certain types of people quickly. I was there. So I know. But that's me. I'm giving you good game. And you should take it. You should take it. Other solutions to protecting yourself. I'm going to put together a book. I'm working on 2 or 3 books now, but I'm going to put together another book on what you need to do before you get married. I know there's other guys that got books out there like that. I'm going to even start. Now that's what I'm gonna mainly do, is coach people on before they're getting married, men on before they get married. Well, couples if they want, but men before they get married. If you really want to get married, come see me. Come see me. I ain't gonna talk you out of it. What I'm gonna do is tell you the truth about what you're getting ready to get into, and then help you to see if that's what you should proceed with that or not. That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you whether you should get married or not. A lot of these guys out here saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I'm not going to say that. That's not my decision to make, but I'm going to definitely tell you the truth about what you need to do before you get married. If you're going to consider getting married, here's some things you need to think about before you even consider walking down that aisle. Because most of you guys don't know this stuff. If there's such a big market on how to date and how to get women's numbers and how to do this, this is crazy. This is crazy. And all of it is, the whole industry is based on you not wanting to be rejected. That's the whole industry right there, is you don't want to be rejected. You can't handle the rejection. So what? If a woman rejects you, so what? So what? You go to a woman, hey, can I ask you for your number? Can I have your number? Are you kidding? I'm in a relationship right now. So what? But I say, but here's another tip on how to deal with dangerous women, with women, because they're very dangerous, especially the better they look, most of the time, the more dangerous they are. The next thing you need to do is stop approaching women. Stop cold approaching women. Stop it. It's absolutely an outdated situation. Stop it. It makes no sense. In a world where there's way more women than men, they should be approaching the men. That's the more logical situation. But because you men been told that you're not a man unless you be able to stick your penis into a woman, now you're a man. And so that's what you consider. I'm I'm a high value man because I can stick my penis in a bunch of different women. That don't make you high value. That don't make you what? That just makes you more susceptible to diseases. And they got some stuff out here now, buddy, man, that'll stay dormant for years. It ain't like when I was coming up, man. Most of the stuff that was out there, you could go get a shot for it or get some powder for it, and you'd be done with it. 2-3 weeks, you done with it. Now, brother, whoa, they got some stuff, man. You gotta. They don't cure anything anymore. They teach you how to manage it. Because there's more money in you managing their disease than curing it. They learned from curing polio. We're not doing this no more. Why do you think you got to get a flu shot every year? Why do you think you got to get a flu shot every year? And you're going to have to get a coronavirus shot every year? Huh? You think this is for nothing? You're going to have to get, first you're going to have to get a flu shot, then you're going to have to get a coronavirus shot every year. And a booster shot every year. Because this is a business. Ignorance is a business. Anyway, back over to protecting yourself from women. No more cold approaching. Those of you that's smart, no more cold approaching. If you can learn how to be more selective with the women you date, you're going to cut down on a lot of women. But you don't have to hear all those no's either. You're going to cut down on all those no's either, too. All that rejection, you're going to cut down on a lot of that. You're going to cut down on a lot of it. So, no more cold approaching. No more going up to girls. I was just wondering if, you could have your number. I could have your number. Oh, you want to have my number? I got a couple comments here. Let me stop because I'm gonna do some comments here. Let's see. They aren't dangerous, DJ. They aren't dangerous unless you give them attention and reward them for bad behavior and bad vibes. I know, but men do that. Men do that. That's what we do. We reward them for doing stupid stuff by logging onto their OnlyFans, logging onto their Instagram, liking their pictures. That's what men do. The overwhelming majority. Some guys are smart enough not to do stuff like that. And that's another thing we need to do. Stop liking all those pictures and stop going on their Instagrams. Find something else to do, man. I know 99% of men will never do what I'm saying. That's okay. I'm going to be right here to tell you when you're coming back to see me in about 10 years in divorce court, I'm going to say, see, I told you. I told you so. DJ also says change will come from individual behavior, changes from men, and it's already happening. Women and men working together is a raw deal for men. Absolutely. It is a raw deal for men. You just don't have no way of winning that situation because you have a natural attraction to her. She has a natural attraction to you, but she also has, like I was using my example from the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. Women also have a natural tendency, or there are more open to following after wickedness, when they only mean wickedness, meaning other than God's teaching. They have more of a susceptibility to doing that. DJ also writes, women realize they aren't supposed to have as much power as they do in modern society and are frustrated with bad behavior, are telling men, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's the thing. So you can't engage them. Now you can engage them. Let me say that. You have to vet them thoroughly. Remember what I said. Three things. You have to vet them thoroughly. If you don't vet them thoroughly, if you skip step number 2, which is all of you guys usually skip step number 2, because you want to go from meeting a woman and her looking good straight to the bedroom. And that is a bad situation. You don't take the time to see if there's chemistry there. And then you don't build the sexual tension. You just go in with your own sexual tension. You don't build it with her. See, you want to have sex, you want to have people that's not going to come back on you 10 or 15 years later. You have to build sexual tension with them so that they are actively involved in building the sexual tension as well. Trying to keep you guys out of jail. DJ also writes, man, my man DJ, right on. Thank you, sir, for all this information here. If you are worrying about attracting women, you have already lost. The more you stay within your own energy and body and own path, they will be attracted to you, and that will become a nuisance more. Well, if you don't know how to vet them, brother, if you don't know how to vet them, yeah, they will become a nuisance, because you're right. Everything you said is right. The more you're on your path of what you're trying to accomplish, and the more successful you become, they will notice that, and they will. That's why I say you don't have to cold approach them no more. They will approach you, because you will stand out as a successful man. They will approach you, and then at that point they will become a nuisance. But you got to learn how to do like they do. Oh, give me your card. I'll call you. Yeah, I'll hit you up on Instagram. What's your Instagram? You got to learn how to blow them away like they blow you away. Then when you meet a real one, you can start trying to have some chemistry with her. Okay, I think you got one more play. Oh, he says they will become a nuisance more than a blessing. Yeah. Well, like I said, you have to vet these women. Women aren't going anywhere. So you can't say, well, just go away from women and you're going to do a Ted Kaczynski and you're going to live in a mountain cabin and ride a bike every time and have an outhouse. That's not going to work. You're gonna have to deal with the fact that there's women out here, just like Adam. Adam couldn't hide from Eve. He had to deal with her. So he had to see all these men in the Bible. They had to recognize, hey, and I'm just using the Bible as a reference because most people can relate to that book. There's other books out here I can go into, but I'm using the Bible because it's more versatilely known. But these men had to deal with these women. So so that's what the information is here for, so you can learn how to deal with it. The first half of the book is dealing with all of these, dealing with problems with women and family and wife, and you have to deal with that and still stay on your square with God's understanding for you. Right? Then the second half of the Bible is the New Testament is staying on your square. The Old Testament is dealing with everything and trying to stay on your square. Then the New Testament, mainly the parts we're talking about Jesus and the apostles and stuff. Most of that stuff is about you being on your square, whether you got a woman in your life or not, being on your square. So anyway, protecting yourself. Like I said, vetting. You have to vet. There's 3 steps to lowering your chances of being caught up on the hit parade. Me Too hit parade. There's 3 things. If they fail any of these 3 things, you let them go, especially the number 2. The number 2 thing is the chemistry. You have to have chemistry with somebody, meaning that chemistry, I'm defining it for you. Chemistry is you're able to get along with this person and they're able to get along with you, and they will let you start the process of building sexual tension. That's when you got chemistry. They will they open the door for you to start building the sexual chemistry. Then the last thing is they jump in with you, and they'll, once you start building that sexual tension, they participate as well. Now you know you got something there. But see, when you try to build sexual tension all by yourself, that's how you get caught up in this Me Too stuff, because you say, I thought she was with it just because she went in your room. Well, she should have known better, but a woman can cry foul at any moment. A woman can cry foul at any moment. So if you're not prepared to deal with that, don't take no woman in your room. If she don't ask to go in there, don't take her in there. And if she wants to go in your room, tell her, I usually don't take people in there unless I'm going to have sex with them. Do you still want to go? Well, I don't want to have sex. Well, then we ain't going in that room, because that's what that's for. But see, y'all, most of y'all too scared to say that. You're too scared of these women. You're too scared of being rejected. I don't want to mess it up, because if I tell her no, then she'll be able. And that's how come these women are doing all this stuff. And because they think they can get away with it, because they know you so scared to lose their appearance in your house or your wherever you got them at. You so scared to let them go, instead of just saying, let them go. Let them go. Man, if you smart and you just wait it out, you just wait it out, I'm telling you, it's going to be greater later. You have women fighting over you. They're going to be coming, trying to get to you. And I'm talking about women that understand the deal. They already know, hey, we can't play with this man. What you say, go. Period. They know you ain't got time to play. Protect yourself, brothers. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Like I said, I got a book that I'm putting together now that if you're trying to get into a long-term relationship or a marriage with a woman, we're going to go into that. You definitely need me either to talk to you and just spell it out for you, or you need to read that book. And I know other guys got the books out there like that too. That's fine. You know what I mean? You can read mine and theirs and whatever, as long as you get the information. Because a lot of you guys are jumping into these long-term relationships and you don't have the information to make good decisions from. And by the time you figure out how far behind the 8 ball you are, you're already in the soup. A woman is not to be followed. A woman is not to be followed. Adam proved that to you. Adam proved that to you. Samson proved that to you. Lot proved that to you. David proved that to you. Abraham proved that to you. A woman is not to be followed. A woman is not to be followed. A woman has to be led. And you can only lead the willing. Right? Jesus said, I came to teach the willing, not the unwilling. You can't do nothing for somebody that don't want it done for them. Like the show, there's a show called Intervention on there, on the TV. I used to watch the show all the time because it's interesting to me to see where a person went wrong. I watch shows like Intervention, American Greed, just places I just like to see where everything was going good, and then where did the person take that turn, right? Even in Intervention, the only thing they can do is offer this person help. They can't force it on them. That person can do whatever they want to do. They can do whatever they want to do, man. It's up to you. What you want to do, player. What you want to do. Protect yourself. Wear a condom at all times. And try not to bang a whole bunch of women. Try not to. It's a very dangerous situation, man. It's very dangerous. And you can get yourself hurt It's I know it seems like it's a badge of honor, but it's not a badge of honor. It's not. It's really a badge of ignorance. You got all these women and all these children out here floating around here. And you could say, oh, yeah, I do for my children. Really? Come on, Doc. You could tell that to somebody 12 years old. Those of us that's out here taking care of children, taking care of women, we already know. Shit, we having problems just taking care of one woman and the children that we living with. Let alone multiple children and multiple women in multiple places. If you ain't an NBA athlete, how are you doing it? And look at most of them going broke doing it. Don't put yourself in a bad situation, man. Protect yourself at all times with these women. Protect yourself at all times. Be thinking at all times. Be thinking at all times. Are modern women dangerous? Of course they are. Of course they are. I told you. And the book showed you. They're more susceptible to thinking that is not on the right path, on a righteous path. They're more susceptible to that. Because why? Not because they're bad people. It's because it comes packaged in a masculine framework. And that's what they're attracted to, the masculine framework. They look at people that obey God as weak and person in the masculine framework. Why do you think bad boys get all the girls? Come on, man. But anyway, are modern women dangerous? Of course they are. Protect yourself. Vet women carefully. Don't talk to women on the job. Leave them alone on the job. There's an old saying, don't fish off the company pier. Just don't do it. And for those of you guys that say, yeah, but this woman's too fine, I got to do it. Okay. You get away with it once, you get away with it twice, but eventually you keep dipping, you're going to eventually get caught. You're going to eventually get caught up. That's just the way women work, man. That's just the way women work. Anyway, I thank you for letting me talk to you harshly that I did today, but I just wanted to get the truth out there to you. And you take what I said seriously. So consider what I said and protect yourself. Let me close out. I'm gonna close out here. I gave you some solutions, so hopefully you guys will take the solutions. Anyway, let's get back to moving ahead. Let's do our old school set. Our old school set. It's gonna be "Lonely" by Prince. Man, it's a song, but it's a song for musicians. So I don't know, I'm trying to make anybody sad, but it's definitely, if you're a musician, you will definitely appreciate that song. So check that out. It's gonna be "Lonely" by Prince. I gave you my final thoughts. My final thoughts are simply this: protect yourself at all times from women. Don't date women at the job. Just don't do it. I don't care how beautiful they are. The beauty doesn't mean anything. Look what happened to Adam and all these other men in the Bible, going off of, Samson, everybody. Let's look at all of the different things that happened to them. Listening to the women, right? Just, most of the time that was the problem. So be careful. Think for yourself. Think use your brain. And I didn't mean to offend anyone or anybody. I don't have no problem with no other person. I just tell the truth. And hopefully, if they see a flaw in me, they come to me and tell me the truth about it too. So there it is. All right. Till next week. Y'all take care of yourselves. And oh yeah, never be the aggressor. Peace.